Hi everyone, this is Connie Malamed from the eLearningCoach.com with a quick tip. Did you ever have to work with content that reminded you of a bowl of spaghetti? It was so confusing and poorly organized. That's why I wanted to tell you about this quick instructional design tip for handling complex or poorly organized content. It's based on the book, The Systematic Design of Instruction by Walter Dick and Lou Carey. And you may have heard people talk about the Dick and Carey model. Although once in a while we're given content that's very organized and you know exactly what order it should be taught and everything is good, too often we're just given a bunch of binders by a subject matter expert from a previous course, and it's just too complicated to know what's going on. Or perhaps you've been given several slide decks and you're having trouble making sense of it. Well, if you're having trouble making something meaningful, rather than doing a content outline, you might want to try an instructional analysis, which is a procedure to identify the skills and knowledge required to meet a clearly stated instructional goal. So what I'd like to show you is one way to do an instructional analysis for a procedure or process. The first thing you start with is a very clearly stated goal. And in this case, I'm making a fictional course on how to take clear photos with the mobile phone camera. When you're doing an instructional analysis for a procedure or process, you have to wade through all the content and look for logical steps. And then you simply diagram the steps across the top of your page or the top of your screen. Sometimes I just use a giant piece of paper if the content is very complex and just sit on the floor and diagram the whole thing out. So now we have the 6 steps of the procedure in front of us, and the next thing to do is identify the subordinate knowledge and skills that are required to fulfill every one of these steps. In some cases there may not be any subordinate skills, but usually in most cases there will be. As an example, I'm going to find the subordinate skills for the 4th step, stabilize the phone. You just drill down and identify the knowledge and skills a learner will need to accomplish each step. So down below the step, you start with the very first thing that needs to be done, or the first thing that someone needs to know, and diagram it vertically, like so. One thing I really like about this approach is that it focuses on what learners need to do, and then the only facts and concepts they need to know support what they need to do. This helps you streamline the content and avoid the extra information that subject matter experts may want to include if they don't understand that less is more. So this is basically how you do an instructional analysis for a procedure or process, showing the subordinate skills or knowledge listed below. And every one of these steps can be turned into a learning objective, but maybe that will be another video. Anyway, I hope to see you over at the eLearningCoach.com, where you can see more instructional design and e-learning tips. Take care.